Today we're going to read a new Bible story, and you're actually going to need a white piece of paper. I think I forgot to put a white piece of paper in your work packet. So hopefully mommy or daddy has a white piece of paper for you. All right, so last time we were reading our Bible, we were reading about Joseph, right, and his colorful coat. And Joseph helped Pharaoh, right? Now, the Pharaoh is the king of Egypt. So after Joseph lived, kind of a long time had passed, about 200 years. And the people, Joseph was somebody called an Israelite or a Hebrew. Now, in 200 years later, there's a new Pharaoh. And the new Pharaoh is not a nice Pharaoh. So he's kind of a bad guy. So it says, for 200 years after Joseph died, the Israelites lived well in Egypt. They were called Hebrews by the people of Egypt because they had come from another land. So you can call them Israelites or Hebrews, and these are God's people. Then a new king who did not know about Joseph came into power in Egypt. He thought that there were too many Israelites. He was afraid they would take over the country. He was afraid that they would want to become king. So he took away their freedom and he made them work as slaves. So a slave is somebody that usually doesn't get very much money for their work, is not treated very fairly, doesn't get a lot of food, has to work long hours in the hot sun. And look, this guy, he's an Egyptian. He has something called a whip. If they're not working hard enough or fast enough, he'll hit them. So it was not good to be a slave. Their lives were hard, but the number of Israelites grew. The king saw this and gave another terrible order. He thought, since there were too many Israelites and one day they would want to take over and become king, he decided that all the baby boys were to be put to death. So he gave a really, really horrible, terrible order that all the little baby boys were to die. How do you think that would feel to be a mother and have a little baby boy? It would be horrible. So a Hebrew woman, an Israelite woman named Jochebed, had just given birth to a baby boy. She hid her baby to keep him safe. Her daughter Miriam and her son Aaron had kept the secret, but the baby grew too big to hide. So she had an idea. She put him in a basket and sent the basket down the Nile River. Now, she didn't want the soldiers to come kill her baby, so she was going to try to save him. She put him in a basket in the river. The basket floated down the Nile. The baby's sister, Miriam, followed it to see where it would go. She's hiding in the bushes. She's following it. This over here, this woman right here, is Pharaoh's daughter. This is the princess. The king's daughter was bathing in the river. She saw the basket. The baby inside was crying. The princess knew that this was an Israelite baby, but she felt sorry for him. Miriam, the baby's sister, was watching and saw what happened. She told the princess that she could get an Israelite woman to help nurse and take care of the baby. The woman was her mother, Jochebed. So Miriam saw this happen. Miriam came out of the bushes and said, "Princess, do you need somebody to help you take care of this baby? I know the perfect woman to help you take care of the baby," kind of like a babysitter or a nanny. And she said, "It's my mom, Jochebed." But Miriam didn't tell the princess that this was really her little brother. When the boy got older, Jochebed took him back to the king's daughter, and he became her son, and she named him Moses, which means out of the reeds or out of the river. That's because that's where she found him, out of the river. And then we're going to read a lot about Moses, a lot of stories. Moses stories are my favorite stories. All right, so we're going to use our white piece of paper, and we're going to do a drawing of this story today. So have your markers ready. And first things first, we're gonna start at the very top with our pencil. Where did my pencil go? Here it is. And we're gonna write Baby Moses, because that's the title of our story. So I'm gonna start at the top, all the way on the side over here, with a capital B. Try your best to do a capital B. Then we have an A, and then we have a lowercase b, B-A-B, and then a Y spells baby. Then I'm gonna put something called a space. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit because my next word is Moses, and my next word doesn't wanna get confused with this word. So it needs to stand over by itself. So we're gonna do a capital M, M, O, S, E, S, baby Moses, all right? Good writing. So press pause if you need to finish, but we are gonna draw a picture of this. First I'm gonna start with my brown, and over here on the side, I'm just gonna put a little bit of ground or land, okay? And then we're gonna color it in. We're gonna put the princess over here. She's gonna be standing here on the land, but not yet. All right, so there's my land or my ground. Remember, sometimes I go faster than you. You have to press pause. You have to learn how to press pause if you need to. Then we're gonna put the river, the Nile River. Look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you how to make it look like the water's moving. So with my marker, I'm gonna draw the lines of my water, and then I'm gonna go over it with my crayon, and I'm gonna color it in. And then it looks like we have movement lines in our water. Now this one, I definitely might finish faster than you. So you're definitely gonna have to press pause so you can finish. And make sure your water goes all the way to the edge of your paper. And all the way over to the edge of your land. All right, so we've got our land, we've got some water. I'm gonna move on, so press pause if you need to. Let's see. I'm gonna use my brown, and I'm gonna make a basket, kind of like a smiley face. And then I'm gonna draw my lines on my basket. I'm gonna draw lines across, so horizontal lines, and then vertical lines, or you can call these, we're gonna learn a special name for these later today, actually. I'm gonna color it in. Who's gonna be in the basket? Baby Moses, right? His head's peeking out. There's this cute little head. He's got some hair. He's got a little mouth. And then I'm gonna pretend he's got a little blanket too. Let's give him an orange blanket. So there's baby Moses lying in the bed. See if you can draw baby Moses lying in the basket. Remember, his mother is trying to hide him because she does not want Pharaoh's soldiers to come and kill her son. Pharaoh thinks the Israelites are gonna be dangerous and they're gonna wanna take over and become king. So he made a rule that all the Israelite baby boys must die. And Moses' mother does not want that to happen to her baby, so she's trying to save him. Now, in the river, there were also plants called reeds. And so they're just like green growing. It's not really like seaweed because it's not inside the sea. It's just green plants growing. See if you can draw the reeds around baby Moses. The reeds. And then over here, who were we gonna put over here? We were gonna put the princess, right? So We're drawing a girl. However you want to draw a girl. Give her some clothes. Gonna give her some hair. She needs a mouth. Her legs, she's standing on the ground. She's pointing, look. Look. Oh, there she is. She's reaching out to baby Moses. All right? So, there you have it. We wrote baby Moses. Oopsie, sorry about that. We wrote baby Moses. We drew the land and the princess. We drew the river, the Nile River, and baby Moses in the basket, and then the reeds hiding him. Can't wait to see yours.